Hello everyone, welcome to my Bold and Beautiful Now channel. Carter and Daphne dive headfirst into newlywed bliss. On the Bold and the Beautiful, love rarely comes easy. It's tested, interrupted, stolen, rekindled, betrayed. But for now, in this fleeting, glowing moment, Carter Walton and Daphne Rose are living inside a bubble of newlywed bliss that feels almost too perfect for daytime drama. After a whirlwind romance and a surprise wedding that caught even the Forrester inner circle off guard, Carter and Daphne have officially stepped into their next chapter. And they aren't easing into it. They're diving in headfirst. Passion. Promises. Plans for a baby. A future built fast and fearlessly. For once, Carter isn't the man nursing heartbreak or standing on the sidelines of someone else's love story. He's at the center of one, and this time, it's his. And Daphne? She's glowing with the certainty of a woman who knows exactly what she wants. A husband. A family. A life that starts now. A wedding that changed everything. The Forrester office still buzzed with the aftershock of it all. 1 minute, Daphne was an outsider stepping into the orbit of Forrester Creations. The next, she was Mrs. Carter Walton. The surprise ceremony wasn't just romantic, it was decisive. Bold. A statement. Carter didn't hesitate. Daphne didn't second-guess. And in a town where secrets simmer and loyalties shift overnight, that kind of certainty feels rare. As Steffi and Ridge raised a toast to the newlyweds, Carter stood taller than he has in months. Maybe years. This wasn't desperation. This wasn't rebound energy. This was clarity. For Carter, that's everything. Carter's evolution, from heartbreak to husband. Carter Walton has spent years playing the good guy. The loyal friend. The ethical executive. The steady presence when chaos swirls around him. But in love, he's often been the one left holding shattered expectations. He's fallen hard before. He's believed in futures that didn't materialize. He's opened his heart only to watch it close again. So what makes this different? Daphne didn't hesitate with him. She didn't treat him like a backup plan. She didn't see him as safe. She saw him as the prize. That shift matters more than viewers might realize. For a man who has often questioned whether he's someone's first choice, being chosen so boldly changes something inside. And now, as he steps into married life, there's a grounded confidence in him that feels earned. He isn't chasing love. He's standing in it. Daphne's dream, wife and mother. Daphne's vision has always been clear. She wants love, yes, but she also wants legacy. Security. A child. A home filled with laughter and purpose. She didn't marry Carter just for passion. She married him because she sees a future with structure. Carter is steady. Reliable. Devoted. He isn't chaos disguised as excitement. He's foundation. And Daphne is building something. From the moment she slipped that ring onto her finger, her mind leapt forward, to nurseries, baby names, first birthdays. Some might call it fast. Daphne calls it intentional. When she told Carter she'd already teased the idea of a baby arriving in 9 months, she wasn't joking. She was signaling. Let's begin. Now. The loft, a space that feels like home. Their first night as husband and wife at the loft wasn't about extravagance. It was about intimacy. The quiet kind. The kind where two people stand in the same room and feel it shift because everything is different now. They aren't dating. They aren't exploring. They are married. That word changes the air. Carter's voice softened when he promised to be the kind of man Daphne could count on. Not just today. Always. That promise carried weight. Daphne didn't need grand speeches. She needed reassurance that this wasn't a whirlwind that would fade. Carter gave her that. And when they called each other husband and wife for the first time alone, it wasn't playful. It was reverent. They meant it. Passion meets purpose. Their chemistry has never been subtle. But now it's anchored by commitment. That makes the passion deeper, more intentional. They aren't just reveling in attraction. They're building intimacy. And when the conversation turned to starting a family, it didn't feel like pressure. It felt like alignment. They're on the same page. Same timeline. Same dream. That harmony is rare in Los Angeles, especially in the Forrester universe. But sometimes, when two people want the same thing at the same time, momentum becomes unstoppable. The psychology of moving fast. Viewers may wonder. Is this too quick? Maybe. But in soap operas, and in life, speed doesn't always equal instability. Sometimes clarity accelerates decisions. Carter isn't 20. He's lived. Loved. Lost. When someone reaches a point where they know what they want, hesitation fades. And Daphne isn't unsure. She's decisive. Their quick marriage isn't impulsive chaos. It's mutual conviction. The real question isn't whether they moved fast. It's whether the world around them will allow them to stay happy. Because bliss on the bold and the beautiful often comes with an expiration date. The shadow of the past. Even in joy, history lingers. Carter's romantic past isn't erased by a wedding ring. Memories don't vanish overnight. But what's striking is how fully present he seems. There's no hesitation in his body language. No distant looks. No emotional tug toward what could have been. Daphne has his attention. Completely. And that might be the biggest sign that this marriage isn't just a reaction. It's a choice. Repeated daily. Steffi's quiet satisfaction. There's another layer to this story. Steffi once brought Daphne into Carter's orbit with a specific purpose, to create distance between Carter and complicated romantic entanglements. Now, the plan worked better than expected. Steffi can toast to the newlyweds with genuine satisfaction. Carter is settled. Grounded. Focused. Forrester Creations benefits from stability in its leadership. And Steffi understands something crucial. A happy Carter is a productive Carter. But even the best laid plans can spiral. Because once babies enter the conversation, stakes rise. Expectations multiply. And pressure follows. Baby talk, hope or future conflict. When a couple on daytime television starts actively trying for a baby, it's rarely simple. Optimism is beautiful. But drama thrives in obstacles. Right now, Carter and Daphne are hopeful. Confident. Aligned. But what happens if months pass without success? What if medical complications surface? What if external stress interferes? Infertility storylines in soaps are never just medical. They're emotional. Identity shaking. Marriage testing. Carter's devotion would likely intensify under pressure. But Daphne, her dream of motherhood feels central to her sense of fulfillment. If that dream stalls, will Bliss hold? Or crack? The beauty of the present moment. For now, none of that matters. What matters is this. Carter and Daphne are happy. Truly. There's laughter between them. Ease. Excitement about tomorrow instead of anxiety. Their story is currently painted in warm light. They kiss without hesitation. They plan without fear. They believe without doubt. And in the dramatic storm cycles of the bold and the beautiful, that kind of happiness deserves to be savored. Because it rarely lasts untouched. Why viewers are rooting for them. Soap audiences love redemption arcs. They love when the good guy finally gets his reward. Carter has been patient. Loyal. Forgiving. Watching him step into a marriage where he's cherished feels satisfying. And Daphne, ambitious, poised, emotionally clear, feels like a partner who matches him in intention. They aren't chaotic. They aren't scheming. They're aligned. That alignment is refreshing. But it also makes them vulnerable. Because in daytime drama, happiness often paints a target. What could threaten the bliss? Several possibilities loom. Career pressures at Forrester Creations. Jealous exes resurfacing. Family interference. Fertility challenges. Secrets yet to surface. Or perhaps something entirely unexpected. The most powerful conflicts often emerge from within, not outside. If Carter begins to feel overwhelmed by accelerated life changes. If Daphne senses hesitation. If expectations don't match reality. Even love can strain. But at this moment, they aren't thinking about strain. They're thinking about baby names. A man she can count on. Carter's defining promise wasn't about passion. It was about reliability. I'll be a man you can count on. That line is foundational. Because when romance fades into routine, reliability is what sustains marriage. Daphne didn't just fall for Carter's charm. She fell for his consistency. And Carter thrives when he's needed. Being a husband suits him. Being a father. It might transform him. The calm before the next storm. Soap history teaches one thing clearly. Bliss invites disruption. But not always immediately. Sometimes writers let happiness breathe. Develop. Deepen. So that when conflict finally strikes, the fall hits harder. Right now, Carter and Daphne are in that breathing space. The air is light. The future feels open. And their story feels like possibility instead of pain. That's rare. And powerful. Final thoughts, love without hesitation. Carter and Daphne aren't tiptoeing into marriage. They're leaping. Fully. Passionately. Intentionally. They aren't waiting for perfect timing. They're creating it. And whether their baby dreams unfold smoothly or encounter unexpected hurdles, one thing is certain. This chapter marks a transformation for Carter. He's no longer chasing love. He's living inside it. And Daphne? She's exactly where she wants to be. A wife. Soon, she hopes, a mother. Together, they're building something fast, but not fragile. At least not yet. For now, the loft is filled with laughter. The ring glints under soft light. And two newlyweds believe the future is theirs to shape. On the bold and the beautiful, that belief alone is powerful. Because when love dives headfirst into bliss, it either learns to swim, or it discovers just how deep the water really is.